All right. Okay, give me just 1 sec because I need my charger. I need to go and get it. I'm running out of battery now. All right. So I'm with you again. All right. So yesterday's recitation. Let me see whether we should start. It's 5 minutes past. It's 83 students. Maybe they registered by mistake in the other side. I don't know. There is still, yeah. Anyways, I'm hoping that they got the message and they are gonna come to here, or maybe they already did. I have in total 206 students, close to 210. If half of it is here, so 83, it shows 84, it shows here. It's okay. Probably I'm missing a couple more students, but anyways, they are gonna watch the recording if they come late for this problem, because of this problem. Okay. Yeah, just say hi when you get in. If you had already done, no problem. I'm seeing a lot of highs here. All right, good. Okay, so what are we gonna do today? Yesterday's recitation, we went over the problems our students are experiencing. Recitation is for solving math problems. And let me tell you, what the recitation is. Let me record. I didn't record. Okay, let me record. Okay. Or was it wait, just a sec? Okay, it was recording. Okay, so as I told you, what's the recitation? Recitation could be new for you because you are coming from high school, and high school, I don't think they do have it. Recitation, you're gonna have 1 hour recitation a week, and in this recitation, my TA, teaching assistant, she's going to solve problems. And sometimes I may also do that because last year, for example, I did all of my recitations, and this year I'm a little bit busy. Therefore, usually like the correct way is teaching assistant do it, but last year I preferred to do it on my own, and this semester I'm gonna ask a teaching assistant to do it for me. However, sometimes I may also come and solve some problems for you. So this is extra. Our regular class hours are 4 hours a week. And on top of that, you have 1 hour where we are going to solve problems to practice what you learned. Okay? So that's the reason we have it. It's very useful. And I expect you to attend this recitation as well. Even if it's a problem-solving session, we are going to take the attendance because we want you to come to the recitation. You're going to see problems solved there, and you may bring your questions to be solved there. Okay, and I think it's very useful. Let's see. If in this section, and another note, usually the first week we don't have recitation. But this semester I wanted to have a recitation. The reason is I wanted to ask you whether you have any issues going on about this class, about your conflicts with this class, or any other, for example, questions about the book purchasing, anything that comes into your minds. Okay, we have to settle it in the first week so that you have no issues next week and you're going to do everything smoothly. Okay, that's the goal. So let me know if you have any questions. If you have any questions to ask about this class, you can write it. Okay, Mohammed Ali, yes, you can speak. You can raise your hands and ask questions. And Mohammed has raised his hand. Mohammed, can
Yes,
you ask your
sir,
question, please?
yes, my question is about the book. I've got the 8th edition. Does it work
Hi.
normally like the other one, or I should purchase? So now I can only purchase the one with the 150 Turkish lira, I think, right, for the math lab?
Mm-hmm. Where did you purchase this 8th edition?
No, I had it from another student.
Oh, okay, okay, I see. No, I mean, this hard copy 8th edition should be fine. I mean, um, you can use it because of course, the examples in there could be different, but basically, math is math, right? And
Yes.
so you can use that book, but you're going to have e-text as well. So e-text is the 14th edition. So if you need something 14th edition, you already have the e-text available when you purchase this 150 version. Package 1 or 2, I don't know which one was it. It was. Okay, so you have no issues. You don't have to buy
Oh,
the
okay.
first copy because you already have a 8th edition. That's okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome. Thank you. Any other questions? I want questions because I know. Okay, Orhan. Orhan, can you ask, please?
Hi, teacher.
Hi.
Teacher, I want to ask, what is the meaning of the hard copy? Sorry, I don't know
Huh.
of this.
Sure. It is a printed copy. It is like a desk copy that it's not a virtual one. E-text is a virtual one. E-text, it is a book that's online. But hard copy, or it's also called printed copy, it's just a regular book that we have on our desks, on our tables, we buy from bookstore. Is this clear?
Okay, teacher, thank you.
We have two things. We have either hard copy or soft copy. Soft copy is the online version. You can access online. Hard copy is the real one. You can touch it. You can open it and read it. Yeah.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay. Thank you for asking. Any other questions? You can ask math questions as well, by the way. You can ask, for example, from our lecture notes I sent you. If you have any questions, a teacher, I didn't understand this part. Can you make it clear? I can do that right now. We have time. Okay? Because I sent you the lecture notes, I sent you the videos, and if you have any questions from any of that, just let me know. It's your time now, okay? Make good use of it. It's like for 50 minutes, your time. And I would strongly recommend you to make good use of your time with your professors, with your teaching assistants. Okay, this is very important, especially for the first year students. You have to take everything very seriously and you have to work properly, rigorously. Okay, if you don't understand anything, you should ask. This is very, very important for your success. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Okay. Do you have any questions purchasing? Like I sent you in another email because I got in the morning an update from the publisher. They said that bookstore has written the URL number wrong, the last digit. Instead of, I think, 5, it has to be 4. This is for the MyLab plus eText version. I sent an email on that. If you're going to buy eText version, eText plus MyLab version only, you should go to that new link, okay? because they said the URL, the link ending with 5 is not right. And there were some students who already purchased with that kind of old, wrong link, but they are going to solve the issue. Okay, there are 6 students or something that they used that wrong, mistaken link, I guess. So they are gonna fix that. They are gonna send their access codes through email. So they are gonna be okay. Okay. And let's see. Okay, there are some questions here. Let me go. I love questions. Okay, Atakan has a question. As you said in first classes, we can't learn integral, limit, theorem, etc. because of pandemia. Should we start learning them? No. By ourselves. No. I am going to, you don't have to panic on that. We are going to go slowly. You can read ahead, okay? But don't panic because we are going to discuss, we are going to talk. You just follow what I am teaching, okay? As long as you go through the lecture notes and the videos carefully, you should have no problem. Maybe it's better that you didn't learn because we are going to, the way we are going to present is going to be like high level. That would mean that we are not going to ask you memorize things at the university, okay? We want you to understand where things coming from. That's the difference between university and high school. In high school, they will say, okay, here, this formula is like that, memorize. Okay? That's not the case at the university. So maybe it's better that you didn't learn integral limit differentiation. Okay, you are going to start, you're going to do a fresh start, and you're going to do it in a right way. Okay, don't panic. You can read the book though. You can start, take a look at the book. Trying to reading the book, it's perfect. You should definitely experience that. Okay, the books that I either e-text or the hard copy that you have, please read. Try to read, even if maybe for some students the English could be hard. But if you try it, if you try more, you're gonna learn it. And remember, this is a 4-year school, so everything is in English. You should practice your reading and learning when you're in the first year, when you are a freshman. Okay, so don't put your books aside. Okay, even if you understand what your teacher is saying, the examples your professor is explaining, go to the book and say, oh, what does the book say on top of that? Check it out, okay? This is gonna improve you big time. This is gonna improve your English. This is gonna improve your reading. This is gonna improve your thinking. This is wonderful experience. Please do that, okay? Don't put it aside and then don't just look at it when there's the exam. Okay, books are good, books are useful. They are going to improve you. Okay, so please do that. Okay, Ali Badran says, what are your advices to give as a first-year student? Thanks. Yeah, Ali Badran, I was talking about that. First year is very important. Okay, take it very serious. Okay, it's okay if your grades are not the best. Okay, this could be because you're coming from a different environment and you're coming into a new environment. Okay, but even if at first you get low scores, just study harder. Okay, study harder. Okay, and the harder you go onto it, you're gonna gain tons of things you can't believe. Okay, don't just give up. Giving up is the last thing you should do. Okay, you should be hopeful. You should be open to new knowledge, new communications, new how to say, whatever your professors are saying, you should be open to that. You should ask questions. Okay, ask questions, ask questions. I'm going to repeat this over and over. Ask questions, okay? Don't put it in yourselves. Okay, if this comes into your mind, even if it's a silly question for you, ask questions, ask questions, ask questions, okay? This is very important. Okay, this is the key actually. Okay, you have to communicate with your professors. You have to communicate with your book. Okay, read your book and communicate with it. Think about that. Okay. 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 So about LMS, yeah, I created. Yeah, I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna just say okay, open it up, and then it's gonna be after this class. I can do that. It's available. And kind of I finished updating my syllabus as well. I will just quickly go over my syllabus and put it in there and make it available LMS today, okay? Yes. Ahmet Önal, Ahmet Gökhan Arslan says, teacher, will you upload all the online lectures to YouTube? Yeah, online lectures are going to be on YouTube, but I'm going to put the links on LMS. So let's say, if you go to LMS, when I open it up, you're going to see the videos in there as well. You're going to see the lecture notes in there as well. Okay. And probably, let me tell you something. For the, I'm using the PDF lecture notes and I'm taking some notes. And time to time, I'm going to email the lecture notes instead of putting it on LMS. But when it is finished, for example, chapter 1, I have the chapter 1 PDF right now we are working on. When we completely finish it, when I finish writing all my notes on the PDF, then I'm going to put the latest version on LMS, okay? Previous versions, I'm going to email them, all right? When you see my lecture notes PDF on the LMS, that would mean that it's the final version, all right? And Mustafa Özkan is asking, teacher, are we going to buy only one book? What does it? Yeah, just one book is enough. I mean, don't try to put this buy Stewart's book. Stewart's book is just extra. I mean, if you want to see another book, you don't buy anything else. Just buy Thomas's Calculus and the links. Use the links, okay? Yeah, sections. Ali Badran, you can maybe make it clear. You may want to talk about that. What about the sections? What do you mean by sections? Sections are still not crystal clear. Like, I don't know. Yeah, this is my big problem. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through these actually, the Teams recordings, and then try to get the names from that, the attendance list, and then I'm going to just say, oh, okay, this student attended this section, this class, Monday class, so that would mean she's or he is in my first section. So, and I will communicate the registrar's office whether they can provide me, but I think last time I asked, they weren't able to. I need the sections, I mean, the students who are in, I mean, I need to know the list of students and in the correct section. That's my issue right now. That's why you are getting these emails. Sorry about that. I will figure that out, okay? I don't want you to have hassles like we had the problem in the morning, right? I mean, a couple of minutes ago, because students entered into the other team because they were in section 2. Or maybe things are going to be sorted because I have separated into 3 teams, section 1, section 2, section 3. Next week, we will activate that. Maybe we will get the list from there as well. Okay, maybe we should wait a little bit. Like in first 2 weeks, we may get some these type of hassles, okay? All of us, you and I. But just get into the correct section you're in. Just get into the meetings when you have the class. And then I will just sort them out and get a list. Okay, let's see. Yes, Zarif Jam says, will you give us homework for this week? Actually, I would love to. I will give that. I'm hoping that tonight I will work on that, give it to you on my lab. I'm going to give that because I want you to start working on it. For the students who are going to buy the book, haven't bought the book yet, and my lab yet, I will give them extended time, but I urge them to buy my MATLAB ASAP, okay? And then, yes, let me see, let me go up. Okay, let me go down. Tuba says, we do not know yet if we learn or not. Maybe you can give us now some questions and time we can understand. Now, okay, you want to practice now? Yeah, that's a good question. Okay, I will do that. Let's finish answering these questions, Tuba. Ali Bajan says, like your YouTube videos, will it be different to another? Okay, that's a good question. Ali Bajan, the videos, of course, time to time, depending on the questions in the classroom, my emphasis can divert a little bit. Like, for example, a student may ask a lot of questions about trigonometric functions, and I may need to explain it a little bit more in one video. And on the other hand, maybe in another video, one student asked about this butterfly function, and I may talk more on that in another video. So I cannot really standardize this because in each class there are different students and they may tackle with different questions. Therefore, I mean, you may see such differences, but all over, you're going to see that they are going to be, if you watch one of them at least, it should be enough. Okay. And going through the lecture notes on PDF is very important too, because I'm writing the details in there. Okay. So please use the latest PDF I send you in the email, not the previous version, because I'm writing more and more explanations on the new one, okay? Because I'm going through the same PDF file and I'm adding a little bit more explanations and etc. So I would recommend, if I am a student, I would just use the latest version of the PDF I send you in the email. I'm sending everybody, so you can see just use the latest PDF that you get in the email. Okay, everybody gets it. Okay. Orhan Thailand says, teacher, the challenge just send me my student access code perfect, and I want to register the Pearson perfect. Let's see. Okay, let me see. I missed yours, Thailand. Is it Thailand? Just a second. Okay, let's see. Okay. Orhan Thailand says, yes, I want to register Pearson, but I missed the lesson which you tell us about the course ID. You can repeat it. Thanks. For the course ID, I sent an email actually. It has all the info, step 1, step 2, step 3. It says, just check out your group email, the mailing list. In there, I have the step 1, you're going to do this. Step 2, you're going to do this. And this is the information you're going to use, okay? Please follow that email. Just find that email. I just sent it either last night or in the morning. I think last night I sent it to you. Just check it out. Check out our group mailing often, because I'm going to use it. I'm going to use my mailing list instead of sending emails from LMS. Okay. Some professors prefer to send emails from LMS. The only thing that's going to come from LMS, I think, to you is just, for example, if I upload a document on LMS, then it's going to inform you that. The emails are going to be coming from our group list. So if you miss any emails, just go to the groups, okay? Just scan through all the emails. If you go to this mailing list group, you can scan through all the emails from the latest one to the older ones, okay? It's very useful. You should do that. Get used to that, okay? So mailing list is important for us. Okay, what's next? Khan. When should we buy the books? ASAP. Khan. Buy the books ASAP and follow the directions in the email. Probably you didn't get the email directions, Khan, because you weren't in the list. When I do that, I can forward the emails. Can you send me an email saying that you didn't get information because you weren't in the? I think you did that, right? So I'm going to send you the information about the steps how to buy the book. Okay, Khan. I'm going to do that. Okay, let's see. Atakan. Let's see. Excuse me about that. Atakan, just a sec. I don't want to miss the question. Okay. Korsa, yeah. Atakan is commenting about it. Okay. Okay, good. Thanks. Khan, thanks. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, any other questions you want to say? in words or maybe in person here. Otherwise, we can go through some math problems maybe. I can just ask you some questions as a practice. How is that? I'm seeing one more chat here. Just a sec. What's that? Oh, it's another thing. Sorry about. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Whether you remember. Can you get a piece of pen and paper? I want you to draw the graph of. Okay, let me write somewhere here. Okay, I'm gonna write it in the chat. My question. Okay, take a piece of paper. Take a piece of paper and pen. Okay, take paper and pen. Paper and pen or pencil. Okay. Okay, I'm asking you to draw the graph of this. Draw the graph of. Draw the graph of. Okay. Butterfly function. Butterfly function, just a sec. Butterfly function. Can you, and then show it to me. It was y is equal to 1 over x. Can you draw it without looking at your notes? Whatever you remember. Okay, because this is, you should do that on your own as well. Okay, my teacher told me about the butterfly function and she told me the graph. Can I draw it without looking at my notes and try to remember it? This is going to improve your memorization. Okay, it's going to improve your brain. Okay, you should test yourselves like this. Okay, my teacher said the graph of absolute value function and how it looks. Let me try to remember what she said without looking anywhere. Okay, try to do that. Okay, can I say, okay, Tuba says something. Yes, Tuba, go ahead. Did you draw? Can you show it in the video? On the screen, yes. Can you show it?
I draw, that's right. 1 over x.
Okay, perfect. This is a good picture. Okay, this is our butterfly function, right? My next question. Okay, I'm going to give you another question now, everybody. Okay? Okay, so there's my chat. Okay, draw the graph of, again, draw the graph of absolute value x. Absolute value x function. Absolute value function, I'm sorry. Okay, which is actually y is equal to absolute value of x. Okay, I want you to draw that and show it to me, please. I want to know whether you remember it. Okay, okay, Tuba, that's good. Now I have another question. Now we are going to combine the two. Okay, let's combine the two as follows. Look. Okay, let's do that. Okay, here's the question. Okay, draw the graph of. Okay, y is equal to absolute value of x function. Okay, on negative infinity. Okay, 2. I'm sorry, let me write that. Sorry. Oh. I'm doing something here, which I don't want to. Okay, now I corrected it. Okay, negative infinity to, right, to 0, okay, and draw butterfly function on 0 to infinity. Okay, that's what I want you to. I want you to combine these two. And I want to see the picture, please. 0 to infinity. Let me show you. Okay, this is my question, and I want answers. I want everybody to get a pen and pencil and paper. Okay, that is wonderful. That's very good. See, this is called. Actually, I should probably. Okay, there was a mistake in my question. Do you see that? The question is, I shouldn't have included 0 for the butterfly, yeah? Why shouldn't I do that? Why is it wrong, including 0?
because
It should have been like this.
Because we can divide by 0.
That's right. That's right. You cannot, because butterfly is 1 over x and x is equal to 0 is undefined. Tuba did a good job and she didn't really include the 0, of course. So we call such functions piecewise functions, right? These are called what? Piecewise functions. That's right. That's right. That's right. Tuba, maybe, look, in my question, absolute value x goes to 0. 0 is not included. Maybe you should make it whole. There is a hole in there. Can you do that? It should be a whole. Just put a hole in at 0. Because according to my question, for the absolute value of x, I didn't ask you to include 0. I just play a trick. Usually, it's 0 absolute value is defined, right? But in my question, on purpose, I said that don't include 0. When we are drawing it, if 0 is not included, then we shouldn't include, even if the function is defined there, okay? Can you do that and show us again, please, Tuba? I'm sorry.
I'm showing you now.
Okay, probably you didn't, yeah, let's wait, maybe it's coming up. Okay, now this is correct. Okay, perfect, Tuba. This is what I want. Okay, so that's a very nice question, answer. Okay, let me ask another question. Just one sec. Okay, so I am going to ask you, let me write this verse, okay? Okay, the question is decide whether the following function is even, odd, or neither. Okay, so I'm going to create one. All right, so I'm going to do that. Look. Okay. I want to create one. Okay, this is it. This is the question. Do you think this function is even or odd or neither, and why? And why not? Okay, so I got two answers which are conflicting because one says odd, the other one says even. Okay, so okay, Bayram Mert says odd. Okay, odd, very good. Okay, so I'm going to ask somebody else to explain because there are more people saying odd. Maybe odd is right. Okay. So can anyone explain why this is odd? You can raise your hand and tell me why. Yes, yes, yes. Atakan mixed the meaning of the odd and even. Okay, no problem. Okay, Atakan, can you say why this is odd then? Or maybe you want somebody else to say. Okay. Okay, very good explanation, Bayram. Okay, Tuba also did find the answer. She wanted to answer, but I thought that maybe somebody else is going to do that this time. That's why I waited. Hatice, you are saying x is equal to negative x. We are, okay, you have to explain, okay, in a nicer way, because x is equal to negative x is never true. Maybe, yeah, that's right. Now I want this. I want this. And also Bayram's explanation is right too. Bayram says the powers of x is odd. Okay, the powers of x are all odd. That's right. If it is, for example, x cubed is an odd number, an odd function, and x is an odd function. So if we apply the rule that Chan says f of negative x equals to negative. We know that x cubed is odd, and we know x is odd. If you add two odd functions, then you're going to get an odd function. However, I'm going to make a little bit change here. Look. How about if I change it to this? Look. The same question. I'm going to change the question to this. The function is going to be changed to this. Is this still odd? That's right. That's right. It's neither. See, x cubed is odd, x is odd, but I have 12 here. If you add 12 here, it's going to be neither odd nor even. Okay, because, yeah. Mustafa Özkan, what do you mean? That's right. That's Atakan says 12 has 12x. Very good. Atakan says 12 is the same as 12 times x to the 0. So actually 12 is even, right? So we have odd function plus an even function. If you have such a thing, then forget it. It's neither odd nor even. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. Okay, Mustafa. Okay, that's the question. But if you want to show it, you're going to show it. You can either explain like that. You have to write things, okay? So in high school, for example, you will say, oh, this is odd, this is even, this is neither, and then it's finished. But in at the university, you have to give the reasons. You have to write the reasons. That's the difference between a university and what? And high school, okay? In high school, you don't have to give a lot of reasons. But now at the university, you have to state the reasons. Okay, and you should say, because of this, I'm saying this is odd, or this is even, or this is neither. Okay, you have to do that. So in this case, so what we are going to do, we are going to say f of negative x is equal to, so we are going to prove it, we are going to show it, and you're going to hear this proving prove word, prove this, show this quite often at the university. You have to prove it what you're saying. Okay, you are in academia. I mean, you are in academic environments right now, so you have to be behind what you're saying. Okay, so then we would just say, hey, I can prove it what you're saying, because I have the formula. I can do that. You should say, and I'm doing it here, and I'm going to show you. And what you were saying was right too. You were just justifying what you were saying. Okay. Okay. Okay, I would write this first, and I'm going to say this is equal to negative x cubed, and then minus x plus 12, and okay, and this is not equal to, right? This is not equal to, I would say, okay, minus of f of x, which is minus of x cubed, okay, plus x plus 12. Okay, this is not the same. Do you see that? So this is a good explanation for this. So if you write that, you're good to go. Okay? All right, what else did we learn? We learned about the trigonometric functions. Can anyone remember one wave of sine? Can anyone remember one wave of sine function? Sine of x. One wave of sine of x. Do you remember? What is that? One wave of sine of x. Can you just describe it, or can you draw it and show it to me, please? Draw it and show it to me. Draw it and show all of us. Can you do that? On a piece of paper. When we were talking about sine function and cosine function, if you remember, we talked about the period. Sine function and cosine function, they have both periods 2 pi. Okay, but where does this 2 pi come from? Actually, it would come from this one wave of sine. Okay, so actually, do you remember now? That's right. So it is going to end, okay, it's going to end at 0, but for which x? Do you remember, Atakan? Like the x is going to start from 0 to, it's going to go to where? That's right, that's 2 pi. Okay, 90 degrees, yes, yes. I mean, 90 times 2, 90, yeah. This is good. Tuba's picture is good, 0 to, is it 3 pi over 2 sine or 2 pi it should be? Tuba, can you correct it to 2 pi? Can you correct it to 2 pi, please? Because we are talking about one wave means, okay, one wave means it is the picture that Tuba drew. Let's see it. Okay, perfect now. Okay, and 2 pi, you should write 2, no, this one, okay. This one is right, 2 pi, that's right. Now this is good. Thank you very much, Tuba. So this is one wave. Why do we call it one wave? Because sine x, cosine x, they have waves, right? This is like the waves in the sea, right? So we just take the one wave from 0 to 2 pi and we repeat down to the left to form our sine of x. Okay, and what is the one wave for cosine x? Can you draw the graph of one wave of cosine x? Okay, can you also draw that? And can you tell me the domain of that one wave? 0 to where? And draw it again, please. And then my next question, when you're writing this, I have another question. Draw the graph of, after you draw the graph of cosine x, draw the graph of y is equal to, okay, sine x plus, let's say, x plus 5, okay? And I want you to draw the graph of, I have a couple of questions. Y is equal to sine x plus 10. Okay. Okay. Atakan says, let's go back to Atakan. Atakan, you're talking about the cosine, right? It begins from +1. That's right. We begin from +1, go down, and then go up, and then end at 1. That's right. And it's going to go through, it's going to start at 0. You can include 0 though. In your writing, you didn't include 0. You can include 0. Okay, it should be 0 closed. It should be like, I mean, 0, comma, 2 pi. All right, that's what we should do. Okay, because the function is defined at 0, so we can do that. Okay, so thank you, Atakan. So I have 2 more questions, as I told you. We have 3 minutes. Can anyone draw it and show it to me or tell me? You can say it in words too, right? You can say it's a shifting to the right, shifting to the left, up or down. You can say it too. Okay, we can, mathematics is good because we can draw it, we can talk about it. Okay, we can write about it. That's why I can write it.
Can I talk?
Yeah, go ahead. Who is talking?
Muhammad Ali. I can.
Mohammed Ali, go ahead.
Yes, if we draw the graph of y equals sinus x plus 5, it's going to be 5 units to the left.
We are going to shift sine x 5
Yes.
units to the left. That's right. Perfect.
Yes, but
Okay.
if we draw the graph of y equals
Along
sinus x
x-axis.
plus 10, it's going to be upward by 10 units.
That's right. If I change the question to this, y is equal to cosine x minus 20, what would you say? Mohammed Ali.
Yes.
I change the question cosine x and then minus.
Yes,
20.
I'm going to shift the
minus
cosine
20
x
out.
to the right by 20 units.
It is not this. Look, okay, let me rewrite that. Probably you misunderstand. Let me rewrite that, okay, carefully, because I think I confused you. Okay, let me do that. Okay, this thing, okay, let me rewrite that. Okay, this is what I meant.
No,
And this is
like this
something
is
else,
different.
okay?
Yes,
Okay.
it's 20 units to the downward.
Okay, you have to shift along y, right? Up and down on the y-axis, right?
Yes.
Up and down. But for the last one, y is equal to cosine in parentheses, x minus 20, you're going to shift it to the right or left?
If it's minus, I'm going to shift it to the right.
That's 20 cosine x graph, the cosine x graph that you have, you're going to shift it to the right by 20 units. That's perfect. That's perfect. Okay, I just want you the first week, I just want you to make learn these stuff. So these are the things we learned. A little bit maybe we could ask, I could have asked questions, but these are the things, and your homework is going to come from these things, okay? And another thing I want to tell you, we have 4 hours a week, so I cannot teach everything I want on the topic, okay? So the reason I'm giving you homework, because in the homework you're going to see some variations of the questions I tell you. Go through the homework questions and you're going to learn more in these questions, okay, in the homework. So take the homework seriously. If you want to learn, you have to start learning now, because if you leave it at the end, you're going to definitely fail. Definitely fail. Okay, start now. Start working on the homework questions that I'm going to assign, and then you're going to be the happiest student ever in this school. Okay, trust me on that. And you should do this in other classes too. But you should, definitely follow in my classroom. Okay. I'm gonna prepare the homework on my lab and send it to you tonight. All right. Good. Okay. Okay. If you don't have any other questions, I'll see you next time. Take good care of yourselves, and then say bye. And I'm gonna take the attendance as well. So say
Sir,
bye,
can I
please.
ask a question?
Of course, of course.
For the homework, when we do it, are we supposed to send it to you or just wait for the other class to start and correct it with you?
Oh, no. Okay, this is not like high school. Like I have kids in secondary school. Their professors solve the questions in class. But in our case, we can only answer the questions during recitation. And
Okay.
maybe during the class, if you see, maybe just after the class, you can say, teacher, I have some questions. Can I meet with you? Or you can ask me, you can arrange an office hour with me and we can work on them. Okay? So you have office hours to get help. You have a recitation to get help for the solutions of the homework questions. And you can discuss homework questions with your friends. You can form some WhatsApp groups and then you can say, okay, I solved this question but couldn't figure out the next question. Can you help me? You can just communicate about the homework questions. That's fine. But you're not allowed to communicate on the questions when you're taking the test. Is this a good deal?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So because I want you to talk among each other, because talking student to student is going to improve you too. You can just show your solution to another student and she can or he can comment and you can just say, oh, okay, I didn't think about that, etc. You know what I mean, right? You can form just math 101 group if you want, and then communicate each other through that on Mile or WhatsApp or whatever you want. Or you can even talk on Teams. You can chat time to time. I see students are chatting on Teams. You can ask questions on Teams as well, like chatting, writing your questions, sending, and see if anyone knows the answer. Okay, use everything you can use to get to it. That's the goal. The idea is get the math, understand it. Okay, do it in any way you can.
Of course.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Of course. Thank you. And yes, they are saying bye. And if no more questions, then I'm gonna just say bye.
Ben yazayım çıkayım.